Close your eyes for a moment and feel the heat of the desert sun on your skin. The air is dry. The wind moves slowly across endless waves of golden sand. There is no sound, just silence stretching to the horizon, and then you see them huge pyramids rising from the earth, still powerful to watching. They have stood there for more than 4,000 years. Storms have hit them. Empires have fallen around them. But they remain, and the question still echoes. How did human beings build something so massive? This is the story of ancient Egypt, not just a story about kings and gold, but about real people. Farmers, builders, mothers, children, dreamers. People who laughed, feared, loved, and hoped, just like us. It all began along the life-giving Nile River every year. The Nile flooded its banks. At first, it must have looked terrifying. Dark water swallowing the land. But when the waters pulled back, they left behind rich, black soil. Crops grew easily. Wheat, barley, vegetables. Families had food. And when people have food, they begin to build something bigger than survival. Small villages slowly turned into busy towns. Boats moved up and down the river, carrying grain, stone, and stories. Children played in the water. Farmers worked under the sun. Life felt steady, predictable, until one man changed everything around 3100 BC. A ruler named Narmer united the lands of Upper and Lower Egypt. For the first time, Egypt became one kingdom, and he became its first pharaoh to the people. The pharaoh was not just a leader. He was chosen by the gods, a protector, a symbol of order in a world that could easily fall into chaos. And Egyptians feared chaos. They believed the universe had a delicate balance, a harmony between life and death, land and river, truth and lies. The pharaoh's duty was to protect that balance. That belief shaped everything. It shaped their cities, their temples, their art, and most famously, their pyramids. When Pharaoh Khufu ordered the construction of the Great Pyramid at Giza, it was not built by magic. It was built by people. Thousands of workers, skilled laborers, engineers, stone cutters worked together. They sweated under the desert sun. They lifted heavy limestone blocks. They ate bread and onions for strength. They sang songs to keep rhythm as they pulled stones into place. They were not slaves chained in misery, as many once believed. They were workers with pride. They believed they were building something eternal for their king, because to the Egyptians, death was not the end. They believed the soul lived on. But the body had to be preserved. That is why they practiced mummification. It was careful, respectful, emotional. Imagine a family saying goodbye to someone they love, believing they will meet again in another world. The heart of the dead would be weighed against the feather of truth. If the heart was heavy with wrongdoing, it would fail. If it was pure, the soul would enter paradise. That belief made life meaningful. Your actions mattered. Your choices mattered. As centuries passed, Egypt rose and fell again. New families ruled. New temples were built. One of the most remarkable rulers was Hatshepsut, a woman who declared herself pharaoh in a world dominated by men. Many doubted her, but she ruled wisely. She focused on trade instead of war. Under her leadership, Egypt grew wealthy and peaceful. Her temple still stands today, carved into cliffs, facing the desert with quiet strength. Then came a boy king whose name would travel through time. Tutankhamun, he became pharaoh as a child. He tried to restore traditions that had been broken, but his life was short. He died at just 19. For thousands of years, he was forgotten till 1922, when archaeologist Howard Carter discovered his tomb in the Valley of the Kings. When Carter peered inside and saw treasures covered in gold, he famously said he saw wonderful things, and suddenly the world fell in love with ancient Egypt all over again. But Egypt's story was not only about beauty and gold. There were conflicts. There were risks. Ramses II, known as Ramses the Great, led massive armies into battle. He built enormous statues of himself, not just out of pride, but to send a message: Egypt is strong. Egypt will endure, yet even the strongest. Empires faced changed. Foreign powers began to circle: Assyrians, Persians, and then a young conqueror from Macedonia, Alexander the Great. He entered Egypt and was welcomed as a ruler. After his death, Greek influence spread across the land. The ancient traditions slowly blended with new ideas, and finally, there was Cleopatra. She was intelligent, strategic, and determined to protect her kingdom in a world dominated by Rome. She formed alliances with powerful Roman leaders. She spoke multiple languages. She understood politics deeply, but Rome was too powerful. In 30 BC, after defeat and heartbreak, Cleopatra took her own life. And with her death, the age of the Pharaohs ended. Egypt became part of the Roman Empire. But here is the truth that makes this story powerful. Ancient Egypt did not truly disappear. Its pyramids still rise from the sand. Its temples still hold carvings of prayers and dreams. Its stories still inspire movies, books, and discoveries. When we look at the pyramids today, we are not just looking at stone. We are looking at human ambition, at people who believe so strongly in life. In order, in eternity, that they built monuments meant to outlive them. They worked. They hoped. They loved their families. They feared death. They searched for meaning, just like we do, and somehow, through sand and time, their voices still reach us. Ancient Egypt reminds us that human beings have always wanted the same things: security, purpose, and a place in history. And maybe that is why the pyramids still stand, not just as tombs, but as proof that even in a harsh desert, human dreams can rise higher than stone. If you felt connected to this story, if you could almost hear the wind across the Nile and see the shadows of the pyramids at sunset, then subscribe for more powerful journeys into history. Because the past is not just something we study, it is something we carry with us.